Some unfortunate and breaking news to come out of the cyclist community here in Chicago. CDOT employee Riley O'Neill was struck and killed by a vehicle. Now, Riley was actually known as a public servant who was very passionate and did a lot of great work to improve safety for cyclists throughout the city. Now, the incident occurred in the Bridgeport area where an unlicensed driver was parked in a prohibited area, opened their door without checking. Riley was struck by the door where he lost control and unfortunately was struck by a semi that was driving behind him. Now, CDOT, in honor of his memory, is going to start naming several bike lanes under his honor. Now, of course, those who knew Riley knew him as being extremely passionate about safety for bike lanes. And there's been a lot of, positivity being spread around in social media to honor his memory. But now, of course, there are those who have something stupid and ignorant to say. And needless to say, it's really pissing me off. So I'm going to respond to these. Now, this is coming from someone who drives and cycles regularly. So obviously, the biggest concession from brain-dead morons is, well, bicycles don't belong on the road. Cities would just be safer if bicycles were on the sidewalk, which is not only illegal, but you will get a fine of over $200. Is also the number one way pedestrians get hurt. It's actually far more likely for a cyclist to collide with a pedestrian than a vehicle. What really pisses me off is the collective hive mind that motorists have with each other, which makes no fucking sense. Like, what about accidents with other drivers? Like, they act like they're 40 clovers, unicorns. They're so rare, they almost never happen. Like, what are you talking about? It also seems to derive from main character syndrome as well. Why the fuck do drivers, defend each other? Like, I've seen road rage. They don't like each other. Like, what are you talking about?
Into a road rage incident? Whoa! This is this Fozzie guy.
Because let's face the facts, right? Drivers tend to be calm and normal. You'll have absolute morons. I'll say crap like this, like, how ironic. Ironic? Like, where's the irony here? So we'll just throw some facts at him. 40,000 cyclists die every year due to motorist accidents. But over 1 million motorists die a year due to car accidents. So is there irony there? Because cars belong on the road, and isn't it ironic that they still died anyways? What are you talking about, dude? Absolutely one of the biggest things to frustrate me. When motorists act like other cars don't get them upset, like this guy. Like, tell me how many times you've seen a car recklessly speeding, or a driver on their cell phone, or an impaired driver, or someone that cut you off in the highway without using their signal. Use his turn signal!
Man, can I please call you an ambulance?
If you tell me you've never been frustrated with another motorist, you're full of shit. And really, what it comes down to is, let's be honest, a lack of accountability. So stupid, because it seems to come from this cars can do no wrong kind of mentality. Like, are you really willing to defend the hundreds of thousands of DUI arrests every year? If it's so stupid to be in a bicycle, well, statistically speaking, you're far more likely to die in a car. So who's stupid then? The lack of accountability for being in a 4,000-pound vehicle that can easily kill anyone, even in another car, is like where's the accountability here? And let's not even get started with this big stupid truck trend, because statistics are showing that these larger SUVs and pickups are making the roads more dangerous. We're actually regressing on safety that peaked in 2009, which since then has increased to over 75%. And the danger when it comes to vehicles doesn't end there. Because, hey, let's be honest, a lot of these people are the same ones that will say, why don't kids play outside anymore? Well, unfortunately, there is a direct correlation with how parents feel with the traffic outside of their homes, and correlates with if they allow their children to play outside or not. Once again, we go right back to victim blaming. Like, are kids not allowed to ride school buses anymore because cars on the road don't obey laws? And when kids have less places to play, well, parents are more inclined to drive them everywhere. And when they're more inclined to drive them everywhere, it creates more traffic, which creates less incentive for parents letting kids play outside. It's a paradox. And let's not forget, vehicles are just getting larger and larger. Visibility is being more and more distorted, especially with large trucks. For the question of why don't kids play outside anymore? Well, it's because we've created a very hostile environment for them to play in. Just when you thought the collective sociopathic hive mind couldn't get any worse, a bunch of people are cheering on this driver, saying crazy things like, oh, like not all heroes wear capes, when in actual reality, it's just a grown adult throwing a tantrum like a baby. Like, how unemotionally intelligent do you have to be? Because I know if he did that to your car, you would be fuming. You would be frothing from the mouth of how angry you are about it. And we're getting to a point where this kind of behavior is almost desensitized in society, where it's normal to see people just throw complete temper tantrums on the road like this. The fact of the matter is, drivers need more accountability. It seems like they're willing to just give a driver's license to anyone these days. Hundreds of thousands of DUI arrests, tens of thousands of fatalities every year. Car accident is more likely to be fatal in a highway or a rural area. Does that mean the solution is to get rid of highways in rural areas? It doesn't make sense. Danger to cyclists on bike lanes that are not protected. They're a danger to pedestrians on crosswalks and sidewalks, and a danger to children that are getting on and off of school buses. Honestly, what we need is just less of this shit. And honestly, just more of this is what we need. Some more protected bike lanes. And I know that's a hard concept to grasp in the good old US of A, where we love our cars and big trucks. But there are places that used to be very vehicle-centric, like Amsterdam, that changed their urban planning and greatly improved the quality of life for their citizens. So the solution is something that Riley advocated for all along. And that is better urban planning. That is people-centric, not car-centric.
They call these neighborhoods obesa generic. It's not whether you're in the city or not. It's how is your city designed? Is it designed around cars or around people? Because if your city is designed around cars, it's really good at smashing them into each other. That's part of a much larger health argument.
But yes, just my final thoughts once again. At the end of the day, drivers just need to be more aware, more conscious of the responsibility they have. Driving is a privilege, not a right. Look at this. Completely onto the sidewalk. I was just at this market an hour ago. And look at this. This guy fucking careened into the fucking sidewalk, lifted his car fucking 3 feet off the fucking air. Could have killed someone. Please be more aware when you're driving. Make sure you're checking your mirrors before you open your door so tragedies like this don't happen. And let's be honest, driving at times gets emotional, which is why people reacted so negatively towards this story. They get on the road and they get frustrated, they want to speed, they want to get to where they're going, but you have to understand that that responsibility is in your hands when you're behind the wheel. And I'm also sad to report at the recording of this video, a 27-year-old woman was struck and killed in a hit and run in New Hampshire. Always be aware, be cautious to everyone around you. It's your responsibility, even with other cars. Again, like I said, you're more likely to die in a car than you are in a bicycle. So, who's really the menace of the road? So remember, just be safe and vigilant on the road. That goes for cyclists and drivers. Take some accountability, drivers. Stop this collectivism where it's never the driver's fault. Like, come on. If you drive, you know how frustrating it could be in the roadway. But again, in light of the tragedy, rest in peace to Riley. Thank you for everything that you did to help prevent situations like this, and we will continue to fight that struggle. Peace.
I love riding my bike, especially during golden hour, and having like the perfect songs on and the sun just on me. I'm so happy. And everyone has something that gives them a ridiculous, immense amount of joy.